to be some magic happen tonight. And there are our two occupants of the front row, and it looks like a big story out of this one is Dane Kingshot has chosen the outside line. We've seen the best of the runs on the start come from position number 2. And has this been the right choice for Dane Kingshot? Before we set them hammer down, this bit is what you get chills for. Come on, everyone, please get your phones out. We love it when the flashlights come out. Even if you're sitting by your car as well, toot your horns, flash your lights, and show your appreciation as they come past the front straight. How about this Ellenbrook Sprintcars are 4 wide? As the one time. What about yous along the back straight? How about a round of applause for our drivers here tonight? 13, in fact, will take the start. Chris Coyle, another one. Another one out. But we love it when you show your support of these drivers. How about it one more time, front row? That's better. That's what we like to see. And Smalley, it's go time.
It certainly is. Just the second ever A main for the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series to be held at the All West Blandhigh Ellenbrook Speedway. We did it for the first time in early 2021. In fact, it was the second day of 2021. So just over 370 days later, we're here again for the 410 Sprint Cars, better known as the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series here in Western Australia. Ellenbrook becoming the 10th venue in the state to host a round of this Sprint Car Series. And we're going to go green next time around. Kingshot and Harding, your front row. AJ Nash and Priolo, Andrew Priolo from row 2. And the defending series champion, the Speed Week points leader, will go from P5.
Watch out for that third row, but Kingshot is playing a wild game in this one to try the outside of the front row. It's Harding, Kingshot, a very early jumper. We're green. I've got a funny feeling this one's going to be called back as Kingshot went very early, and there we go. Did I say that was early?
Just a touch early did the Cricket Motorsport number 2 for Bunbury Toyota. Just a touch early, so our Chief Steward Jerome Sutton pulling that one up. And we'll do it all again next time around.
You think the nerves are starting to hit?
They certainly are. I think a southwest blood on that front row. I know Daniel Harding lives and has grown up in Perth, but Kawara Contractors back. Number 41 on the front row with the Cricket Motorsport. Number 2 of Dane Kingshot. As Morgan alluded to, watch that third row. The Speed Week points leader and the series overall, Maddington Toyota points leader, Jason Kendrick, going from the third row.
Let's see how far they get this time before we get antsy. The nerves have kicked in. Luckily, they get a second shot at redemption. Kingshot and Harding. That one still looked a little bit early, but Kingshot got the start that he wanted. So too did Andrew Priolo as well, as the top side to the liking of car number 8. But Harding's able to file back to the inside line, but lap number 1's going to go the way of Kingshot.
By Andrew Priolo to be up into second early in this one. Harding back to third from Jason Kendrick, and also Jack Williamson on the move. Went around the outside of a couple of them, including Callum Williamson, his namesake. He's put the 3 car back to 6th place from AJ Nash and Matthew Crossy, top 8. Ryan Lancaster doing good things early, up into 9th from P12. Brad Maiolo, Jason Pride, Mitch Warmel and Rod Howe. But Dane Kingshot with a handy lead at the moment. from Andrew Priolo and Daniel Harding, your top three. The Cricket Motorsport Mobile 1, number 2, flying around the All West Plan High Ellenbrook Speedway at the moment. From Andrew Priolo, nothing to worry about with that smoke just coming out of the left side of the motor. He's made an outstanding start to be up into second place. From Harding, Jason Kendrick. He's happy, content back there in fourth. He'd love to be on the podium to keep those points sticking over in this year's Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series.
4 laps completed so far in this one as car number 2 of Dane Kingshot leads. But what about the run from Andrew Priolo, who sits in second place at the moment? The 8 machine just coming into your screen now is one of the drivers who would love to have a win, especially here in Ellenbrook. If this track goes rubber down, you may see him, but while he's running the top side, his gap is consistently 0.2 of a second, as we've got one in the wall. That looks like Jack Williamson. That's hit the wall in turn number 4, and he's deep right up against that light pole for Williamson. Those first 5 laps were quick, but Andrew Priolo was on a charge. But the one you've got to keep your eye on now is that man in third place, Jason Kendrick, has got past Daniel Harding. But rotten luck for Jack Williamson, who was into 6th place. Good run from the young kids after turn number 3. The question is, will Priolo be able to pounce at the right-hand time? He's gone a little bit earlier than we thought. He may have tried to drag him on a little bit longer, but that really has played the game for Priolo, who's under attack from 2 cars now, as Kendrick and Harding trying to get to the inside of car number 8. But the slide job is coming, and an almighty one from Williamson. And the Speed Week leader gets past the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car leader. And the 3 machine now up to 4th place as Kendrick's gone around. And a rotten luck for the 11. It looked like he tried to fire back on the inside of Williamson. And the 11 making a rare mistake. In turn number 2. And it's not often we see the 11 facing the wrong way, as he's got the youths already behind him. He'll have to tag to the back of this field, which luckily is only 12 cars. And that's probably the best thing that the 11 could have right now, is the fact that there's only 12 cars still running, and he'll be actually still be his 11th because he did get his lap back. So it should be Kingshot, Priolo, Harding, Williamson now up to 4th place. AJ Nash back to 5th, and it's Lancaster, Maiolo, Matthew Cross, Jason Pride, Mitch Wormel, Rod Howe. And I think all eyes are going to be on that car at the tail of the field.
So Jason Kendrick to work his way back through the field. He came in tonight. This is the 9th round of the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series. 28 points ahead of Callum Williamson, and then a further 52 points ahead of Andrew Priolo. Priolo finds himself in 2nd, and Williamson up in 4th. So Jason Kendrick will need to get busy in these final 24 laps of this A-Main here tonight at Ellenbrook in that battle for the season-long Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series, which continues next Saturday night down at the Perth Motorplex. But Dane Kingshot, the Cricket Motorsport, Bunbury Toyota number 2, leads him to the green flag.
We only completed 1 lap that time round. It is now Harding on the inside, and Priolo is upside down. Priolo, luckily it was only a soft roll for the 8 machine.
We were talking up his stocks just prior to going green there, Morgan, how he was looking good in the series standings this year and was up in 2nd place, and unfortunately...
See, next time around when they come through, if we can get an actual shot of the crews working on the infield on car number 8. See the light flashing in the air. As we go to the left, that's right where we're looking. Well done, Ivo. He's found where we need to go. So the JLG is holding it at the moment. Looks like most of the work going to the front of the highway Harley Davidson. But there's even personnel running around trying to get the jack through. So I think this time by will be the last lap that he will have. And the light should go out. So the hot pit hard at work at the moment. But there are the lights out. It's even a shooting star to the right of us. Everything's going on. Sadly though, for the Priolos, it's going to be all for naught as we've got still 24 laps remaining in this one. It's Kingshot, Harney right on his back bumper. That was a very quick jump. But the wheel stand is going to really hamper him. And Harding is now a man on the challenge. So too is Nash on the inside of Williamson. But despite having a horrible start from the two machine, he's able to jump away with it.
Brings the Bunbury Toyota Mobile 1. WA number 2 down the front straight and into turn number 2. Past the RDA WA Ellenbrook Speedway club rooms. And into turn number 3 with a handicap back to the 41 for Quara Contractors of Daniel Harding. The series champion and Speed Week points leader Callum Williamson rounding up the podium from AJ Nash. Jason Pride was outstanding after the restart. Ryan Lancaster from P12 was now 6th. The Dingo Deconstruction, number 12, he's been outstanding in this main event. As Matthew Cross and Jason Kendrick battling towards the back end of the top 10. Kendrick with a big move to the bottom of turn number 3. Cross trying to come back underneath the 94, but Jason Kendrick on the comeback trail to the inside now of Brad Maiolo. Those two guys done a lot of racing against each other. And Ryan Lancaster will put the commentators cursed on him. There's a big moment out of turn number 2 and drops well back through the field. It's gone from about 6th place, well, he was in 6th, back to 10th as Kendrick, Maiolo, Cross and also Mitch Warmel all worked their way past the 20, but Dane Kingshot negotiating the first of the lap traffic. The 7-car Rod Howe with a handicap back to the 41 of Daniel Harding, and Callum Williamson a distant 3rd place at the moment.
Kendrick Wash sees him at the moment sit in position number 6, so he's come from 12th to 6th to get on the back of our leaders. But Daniel Harding, who's trying to challenge our race leader, has got a gap of 1.874 seconds between him and the Mobile 1 car number 2. This would open the floodgates to what could be a very good back half of the season for Dane Kingshot, as he has Ryan Lancaster ahead of him. Lancaster has gone back to 10th position after having that moment on the outskirts of turn number 2 and along the back straight. There's in fact 3 lap cars ahead of Kingshot that he has to negotiate. The gap still standard at 1.9. But the first of the lap cars is going to hamper it big time. And Kingshot has gone into the wall backwards. That is heartbreaking for Kingshot, who was trying to get to the inside of Ryan Lancaster. And car number 2, our race leader, is facing the concrete wall backwards. Get the tail tank of the 2 as it comes past next time around to see the damage. As he comes past us now, we'll see if we can get a shot. Sadly not that time around, but the Nerf bar is pushed right up against the fuel tank. There it is there, you can just see it. It's actually hit the dual coil, but the lights are out. We're going to go green this time by your leader is now Daniel Harding from Callum Williamson, and we've still got 16 laps to run.
It's under halfway home in this main event for round 5 of Sprintcar Speed Week and round 9 of the Maddington Toyota Sprintcar Series. Jason Pride has been impressive in this main event. He's up in 4th. Now with the JPM Motorsport Tasman Power, number 14. Glenn Beaton on the spanners. for him the last couple of shows here in Western Australia. As I speak, the 11 of Jason Kendrick with a big move to the inside, moves into fourth. Bright fighting back on the low line, works to the bottom side of the racetrack as they enter turn number 3. Try to run each other out of room. Kendrick equal to the challenge, goes back around the outside. The 92.9 Triple M, number 11, the West Australian Sprint Car champion. Pride now has Brad Maiolo and also a 97 of Mitch Warmel for company. But it's Harding, Callum Williamson and AJ Nash just starting to tighten up a little bit at the front of the field.
It's still under a second between Harding and Williamson, but Williamson's got company at the moment in AJ Nash. This would be awesome if Nashy can hold on and take a podium finish in this one. The top 3 really have stayed constant so far. Harding with a mistake out of turn number 2. We'll see the 3 slowly start to grab into lap times. The 3 was 0.2 of a second quicker than Harding that time around. And the gap this time has again decreased. There's now half a second between the 41 and the 3. Big rollover. That was AJ Nash that's gone upside down in turn number 2. As I was turning to look at the lapping screen, I could just see him pirouetting, and another one. This is Heartbreak Hotel for so many drivers. And AJ Nash has gone upside down. That was a hard one to catch from car number 9, but he's getting out of the car, race fans. How about it for AJ Nash taking a mighty tumble? This was a great looking weekend for the 9 machine, who had been right on the pace. But that is heartbreaking to see for the WA Fuels Castrol car. A heat race win today, and in 19 laps was sitting in a podium spot.
First Sprint Car show at Bunbury on Saturday the 5th of February. The Sprint Car is going to be back in Bunbury after a few weeks off. Once Speed Week concludes, the Sprint Cars do have a few weeks off leading into a pretty busy February. Going to be a couple of shows at the Motorplex and a couple at Bunbury respectively. But yeah, Saturday the 5th of February, if you want to see the Sprint Cars again after next Saturday night when they conclude Speed Week down at the Perth Motorplex. The big bad Bunbury Bullring certainly test man and machine does that racetrack behind the wheel of a sprint car. Speed cars, wingless sprints and super sedans in action that night. But the late model nationals next Friday and Saturday night down at the Perth Motorplex. Sprint cars only one night of competition next weekend. The Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series Speed Week Grand Final. And Daniel Harding was 3rd in the Speed Week points coming into tonight and finds himself in the race lead in the Crane Corp Australia Quara Contractors RPM Race Products number 41. Leading at Callum Williamson and Jason Kendrick. After that spin, all of a sudden, is now back in a podium position. The current series leader in the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series side of things, with some feature race wins already this season down at the Perth Motorplex. The WA Sprint Car champion sits 3rd from Jason Pride, and Brad Maiolo, who was 9th at one point, now inside your top 5. Mitch Warmel is 6th, and Dane Kingshot, who's already worked his way back to 7th. Ryan Lancaster, Matthew Cross, and Rod Howe. The cars that remain, Morgan Melbourne. We have 11 laps, and Daniel Harding straight on the loud pedal as they come off turn number 4, and we get this one back underway.
Time for it all to change. Once again, the big question is, when's the next challenge going to happen? As Prine and Maiolo do battle for 4th position. A slide job comes for 2nd place, and Kendrick returns a favour on Callum Williamson. Watch out, the 11 is on the attack. Now in a 2nd place as we look at the lap times. He's 0.7 of a second behind our race leader. Williamson doesn't look like he's got anything to challenge for 2nd place. It's all going to be between now Harding and Kendrick as Kingshot now in a 5th place.
Yeah, the Bunbury Toyota number 2 actually back there in 7th place behind the 97 of Mitch Warmel for Warmel Civil. Former WA 360 Sprint Car champion is Mitch Warmel, just runs very wide. Might have given 6th place to Dane Kingshot. In fact, he has. Kingshot back to 6th in recovery efforts. So he'll be doing Dane's points in both the Speed Week and the Series Long battle for Maddington Toyota. No harm at all, working his way back through the field. The Cricky Motorsport number 2. But Daniel Harding still leads. Jason Kendrick, what a performance this has been. Got the better of that battle with Callum Williamson after the stoppage, and he's just lurking. Can he run down the 41 with 6 laps remaining at the All West Plan High Ellenbrook Speedway? It's Harding, Kendrick, and Callum Williamson, the reigning series champion, sits back there in 3rd. Jason Pride has been ultra consistent in this main event, and Brad Maiolo, a nice job to be back in the top 5. Will be inside the top 5 after starting well back in this 30-lap main event. Dane Kingshot is 6th from Warmel. Ryan Lancaster for Dingo Deconstruction, Matthew Cross, and Rod Howe rounds out the cars on track. But just 4 laps remain, Morgan Melbourne, and this main event brought to you by Maddington Toyota.
Kendrick's trying his all with Rod Howe just rolling the bottom in front of our leaders. Harding was able to get past quite easily, so too as well was Kendrick. But this would be a great win for the 41 machine. After having start on the bottom, but he's got Kendrick, who's now closed it in within half a second and goes for a slide job. Has he thrown his cards too early? There'll be 2 to go this time by, so there's still any chance the 11 can do it right at the end. Harding's playing it smart. Kendrick back to the bottom. Has he got it this time? He has. Kendrick, though, has the 41 doing the switcheroo. He's not going to try and block it this time. He's going to allow him to switch again. Kendrick to the top. That's where the dirt is. And Kendrick inside of the white flag has hit the lead from the back of the bus. He's come from 12th position to get back into this one. And Alan Smallwood, what a run for this one.
Bring him home, Ellenbrook, as he comes out of turn number 4. The West Australian Sprint Car champion wins tonight here at the All West Plan High Ellenbrook Speedway from Harding and Callum Williamson, your top 3. Jason Pride, Brad Maiolo, Dane Kingshot, Mitch Warmel, Ryan Lancaster, Matthew Cross, and Rod Howe 1 lap down. But get up on your feet. What a performance to find victory lane in round number 5 of the 2021-2022 Sprint Car Speed Week, the penultimate round. He led the point score in the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series side of things. He was 5th in the Speed Week standings heading into tonight. What a performance from the back of the field after going to the rear, after being sent there after spinning early in the race. What a performance. He had a feeling with about 4 or 5 from home he was going to try and mow down Daniel Harding. Did the big speculator into turns 3 and 4 in the 11 car with an unbelievable move to hit the race lead. Daniel Harding was gallant in 2nd, and Callum Williamson doing his points quest no harm at all in the Speed Week side of things in car number 3 with a podium result here tonight at the All West Plan High Ellenbrook Speedway. We hope you enjoyed that one. What a finish, whether you're watching at home or a part of the fantastic crowd in the venue. Our man downstairs, Morgan Melbourne, is going to have a chat to our top 3. Williamson, Harding, and Kendrick, the winner. What a performance in car number 11. It's a real shame we can't give him the checkered flag or something like that and go on a lap of honour. I think we might have missed the opportunity. He probably wants to get the car wide, but I know you're going to make plenty of noise for him when he jumps from the car in car number 11. Jason Kendrick, what a performance in the Nutley 2.9. Maddington Toyota, Canning Vale Toyota backed entry. As just going through the formalities as far as weighing the cars on the concrete pad. Got to make the minimum weight. Officials from Sprintcar, the Sprintcar Association of Western Australia, making that happen.